Fusion Mobile, quality e-learning experience on the go.
Welcome to you to Fusion Mobile e-learning platform. I am your civic education tutor and my name is Sherry Folaito. Today in civic education, I shall be taking you through achieving popular participation in politics. Achieving political participation. Achieving popular political participation. Of course, we are going to be treating the meaning of political participation. We are going to be talking about reasons why people do not participate in politics. We are going to be treating the factors that encourage political participation and the forms of political participation. And finally, we shall talk about the benefits of political participation. First, let's take the meaning of popular participation in politics. Popular participation is the involvement and taking part in political activities by citizens of a country. It means that citizens of a given state should have the inalienable rights to take part regularly in the governance of their state and in the determination of important matters of the state. This can equally be defined as a process of involvement of the citizens in the conduct of the affairs of society at different levels. The level of participation varies from country to country and among individuals and depends largely on the level of political orientation. This means that people who have been brought up in a way that they are politically aware participate actively in political activities, while those who are raised in such a way that they are ignorant show less interest in political activities. Such people are indifferent and do not care about who wins elections or how policies of government affect their lives. It is important to note that popular participation in politics gives democracy a meaning and makes it more interesting. It is the key to democracy in that the people get themselves involved in the political activities and in the decision making of their country, which helps to ascertain popular will. When everybody is involved in one way or the other in the democratic process, its operation becomes smooth and leads to stability in the political system. Of course, the state recognizes the political right of individuals to share in the government of their country and participate effectively in the determination of the decisions which affect their lives is very, very necessary. This is why it is entrenched in the constitution of countries that embrace the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. In popular participation, the largest portion of the citizenry is expected to express their wishes on issues of governance. What have we been saying since? What we have been saying is that popular participation in politics or political activities of a particular country has to do with the wider participation of the people and citizens of a particular country in the decision-making and political activities of their country. State, for instance, in a particular country, let's take Nigeria, where we have so many people who are conscious and aware of things that are going on around them politically. This will lead to participation, more popular participation in politics, because they want to be involved in the affairs of the political activities of the country. They want to vote during elections. They want to criticize the government when they bring up policies that are not very favorable to them. They want to demonstrate when they need to demonstrate against the government. They want to carry out their civic responsibilities and at the same time expect their rights to be protected. This is called popular participation in politics, especially when we have a wider portion of the population doing this, trying to ensure that their votes count, that they contest in elections, they recommend policies through their representatives, they criticize the policies and ideas of the government, and they are fully involved and aware of the political terrain and situation around them. Of course, having treated the meaning of popular participation in politics, a question is going to pop up on the screen right about now. Quickly provide answers to the question, and while you do so, I await you. You're welcome back. Now we are going to talk about reasons why people do not participate in politics. Some individuals enjoy politics and try to participate in whatever capacity they can, while some others are not interested and do not even want to register as voters. Sometimes government goes as far as giving a public holiday to encourage people to register as voters. Many reasons account for non-participation in politics, and some of them are discussed below. We have the economic factors. Individuals who want to contest elections may become frustrated and discouraged due to lack of money or funds as a result of widespread poverty. People are not able to meet up with huge sum of money they are supposed to deposit with the Electoral Commission, and the nomination fees demanded by their political parties are sometimes beyond the reach of those intending to contest election. This can stop people from participating in politics. Of course, we are talking about large amounts of money required to run election, required to pay for nomination fee at the party level, pay for nomination fee to the Electoral Commission, campaign countrywide or statewide or local governments wide, depending on the coverage of where you want to cover or where the office you are contesting for. All of this require a lot of funds. And when there is poverty, when someone is not rich, this can dissuade them, this can discourage them from carrying out their interest to contest in certain elections. We have illiteracy. The level of illiteracy in certain parts of the country is very high. People who cannot read and write cannot understand the policies and programs of different political parties or their manifestos, and do not even understand how this affects their lives. These people can decide not to contest in elections. They can even decide not to register during voters' registration, let alone vote when election comes. Illiteracy is one of the reasons why people do not participate in politics. Religion is another thing. Some religious beliefs hinder people from participating in politics. For instance, it's a certain religion that states that nobody, no member of their religion, nobody that subscribes to the doctrine of their religion should contest in elections. In fact, that does not even allow them to vote because they believe democracy is evil. They believe politics is for corrupt people, so they do not want to get involved. Certain religions tend to hinder the participation of people in politics. Discrimination. In some countries, laws may be enacted that will stop certain people from voting or becoming voted for. They cannot contest in elections due to their skin color or the tribe they belong to. For instance, in South Africa, before 1994, it was said by record that black people cannot vote. It's only white people that are allowed to vote during elections. They are the only ones that are allowed to contest in elections. Because of this apartheid situation in South Africa, some people are disenfranchised. This can lead to another reason why people will be discouraged to contest in elections. Women are also discouraged because their place in politics is not sealed. This is another form of discrimination. Lack of confidence in the electoral process. Of course, when over time the election results have been rigged, this could lead to lack of interest in the electoral process, lack of confidence in the electoral process of a particular country. And this is another reason why some people do not want to participate in politics. Because they believe even when they participate, their votes do not count. So they do not come out to register as voters. If they come out to register as voters, it's because they need the documents, perhaps to open an account in the bank or to do other official activities. And when they even register for votes, when they even do voter registration, they, at the end of the day, may not vote in the election. So, lack of confidence in the electoral process is another reason why political participation is low in certain countries. One-party system. In some countries, one-party system is practiced. Like, for instance, in countries where socialism is being practiced, Socialist democracy do not ensure for certain principles such as multi-party system. So therefore, it is one-party system that exists in such countries. In such countries, people have a decent view. They have hatred towards politics because they believe even when they vote, it is still the party that is contesting that will win. This can tend to discourage them from participating widely or popularly in politics. Lack of independent judiciary is another reason why people do not participate in politics, because most of the time their interests have been jeopardized, their interests have been marginalized, have been trampled upon or stepped upon at the court of law, because there is interference from the powers that be in the activities and exercises of the judiciary, therefore leading to non-independence of the judiciary. This can tend to discourage people from contesting in elections, because they know if they spend too much on election and at the end of the day the election was rigged, they do not have a last result to go and contest the result of the election, because they know that the powers that be or the government in power may find their way around bribing the judiciary, the judges that are supposed to carry out free and fair elections, and this could lead to lack of popular participation in politics. Lack of independent electoral body. When there is no trust in the electoral body, for instance, in around 2003, 2007, it was alleged that there are so many vices, so many malpractices, so many manipulations in the election results. It was the highest, we had the highest tribunal ever in 2007, because people were not satisfied with the election results. And of course, legitimacy. Popular participation gives legitimacy to government. This is because of the mass involvement of the citizens in political activities. A legitimate government is acceptable according to the law. In other words, it has the backing, acceptance, and recognition of the people. This is one of the major benefits of popular participation in politics by citizens of particular countries. Provision of opportunities. Popular participation provides opportunities for citizens of a country to develop their potentials and personality. It gives access to education and creates employment. Popular participation also creates opportunities for citizens to have a say in government, because by virtue of this, they are able to give their thoughts and opinions as regard the business of the government. Now that you have discussed the achieving popular participation in politics, a question is going to come right upon your screen now. Attempt them and give adequate answers to them. However, if there is any difficulty that you encounter while providing answers to these questions, kindly rewind the video and take another look. Thank you very much for watching.